So I have been a part of the food industry worldwide. I've worked in the US and in Australia in some of the biggest food companies in the world. And for me, being a part of that ecosystem, I've realized that there is a lot of stuff which goes into packaged foods, which is not necessary, but it is added for flavor enhancement, for increasing shelf life, and other commercial considerations. And because of the first-hand knowledge I've had about what effect these chemicals have on the body, I personally used to read all labels carefully, be careful about what I buy from the supermarkets. And this particular venture, Flavor, has come out from that personal challenge which I faced because the foods which we have on the shelves, they are marketed beautifully. The packaging is beautiful. A lot of claims about natural and healthy and beautiful pictures of fruits and vegetables on the packaging. But one has to really look a little deeper to understand what is actually inside that package, what we are putting inside our bodies. So to uh, help consumers like myself who are looking for these options, I started Flavor, which is an online discovery and shopping platform for additive-free, chemical-free foods and beverages. And we feature brands from around India who are working on the same philosophy, and we bring them to consumers across. First of all, when we talk about packaged food, not all packaged food is equal. It's really important to look at what it contains, how it was made, and more importantly, also what ingredients have been left out of it. So reading the label becomes important. And as far as organic is concerned, definitely organic means it is healthy from the point of view that it ideally should not, in theory, contain any chemicals or any other ingredients which are not of natural origin and which may cause harm to the body. However, today, the way the industry is, I think organic has become a very abused term. First of all, uh, to be organic certified, every input into the product, every ingredient has to be from an organic source. And one cannot just wake up and say, okay, from today, my crop is organic or the ingredients I'm buying are organic. That's a very long, multi-year process where the government does tests consecutively over years and make sure that no chemicals have been added to the crop, and whatever have been added in the past have had the time to get washed away and cleaned out of the ecosystem through the natural processes. So today, it's very easy to get an organic certification. However, many times that itself, a product can have an organic ingredient, but along with that, preservatives or artificial flavors and things can be added. So many things are there. So it's very important to read labels, really understand what's in the food. And not all packaged food is unhealthy, simply because processing does preserve the food. It's a natural way of making sure the food is ready to hit your table in the freshest and healthiest possible way. Uh, it can be done without adding artificial preservatives also. It can taste good without adding artificial flavors and colors. When we cook at home, uh, the biggest thing is it has no artificial ingredients. It's possible to have that same thing. Of course, the shelf life suffers, which means a packaged food item which you can buy and consume even after 1 year of manufacturing, it would not have gone bad. Home cooked food, it will have a much less shelf life. But there are technologies now in processed food where we can make the food last longer without the use of preservatives. It will not be as long as the commercial mass market products, but yes, it is possible to extend the shelf life to 4 months, 6 months also through processes like nitrogen flushing, through hygienic, high temperature packaging, airtight sealing, and things like that. So it's really important to understand. the manufacturing process and the ingredients which have gone into the food. Far as healthy identification of healthy foods is concerned, like if I were to take a step back and look at the consumer mindset, I think through use of media and so many other communications channels, we've kind of gone after brands which are mass produced and which are commercially very profitable, but long term do have health consequences. We were happy to consume all of these as consumers because that's what was available in the market. That's what all we knew. Now, in the last 4 or 5 years, because of COVID, people have become a lot more health conscious. They are consciously looking for healthier options for the food items they consume. And in response, the market has also evolved. In the last 4 years, several thousand new brands have come up in India, which are focused on providing the healthier alternatives to consumers. The challenge for the consumer is discovery. The products are there, the demand is there, the consumers and the producers are not able to find each other. The simple reason is the way the industry is set up right now. For example, if you as a consumer wanted to look for healthy options, you could go to your local kirana guy or the supermarket. Now, they don't have infinite shelf space, which means they will end up stocking whatever products are more in demand from the mass market, which are faster moving and give them a faster rotation and higher profitability. Next, online, most of these great brands are online. They're selling through their own websites. There, the challenge for the consumer becomes even if they're buying, say, 4 or 5 items, they want to research and compare a few options for each one of them before they buy. Now, with that, what happens is for 4 or 5 products also which they want to buy, they end up going through 15, 20 different websites trying to narrow down their purchase, which is a cumbersome process. If you talk about having everything in one place, all the options in one place, then you have the large marketplaces online, which stock virtually everything. There, the challenge is that any search you do as a consumer, you get 10,000 results, which are across the spectrum in terms of price, quality, and purity. And as a consumer, then you have to open up each listing, look at the ingredients label, and try to figure out is it healthy for me or not. So that's a big challenge. What we have done at Flavor is create an ecosystem where we bring together these brands. We do the entire curation process. So we have an AI-based technology where we're able to look at the ingredients of a product, identify if it contains any artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, and we have a proprietary ranking system. Uh, we call it the Flavor Purity Index. Here, we take the guesswork and the cumbersome process of trying to identify purity level of foods for the consumers. So every product which we sell from the numerous brands we have across 20 plus categories has gone through that whole process of curation and it's handpicked to ensure that it has no artificial ingredients. Now, for consumers, the advantage is that we've done the homework for them. Any product we are recommending is because we feel comfortable in serving that same product to our families. Otherwise, we would not stock it. That is the kind of philosophy we work with. And for consumers, it's a quicker, easier process. And there are so many smaller brands which are in this space. We give them that visibility to reach a nationwide audience as well. It's a multi-step process which we follow. Essentially, if you look at food laws, FSSAI, which is the governing body for foodstuffs in India, they allow 11,000 additives to be put into food. Now, these are additives which could be used for flavoring either of natural origin or chemical origin, preservatives, emulsifiers, conditioners, dough enhancers, nutritive additives. So these are all ingredients which FSSAI allows, 11,000 plus of them. Uh, these in minuscule quantities can help. the product. But the problem comes when we are consuming products all day which contain trace amounts of all of these, and these things build up in the body. So we start initially by, first of all, looking at their ingredient list. We ensure that they contain no additives, no chemicals, which means no artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or anything else. Uh, Beyond that, label checking. Like I mentioned to you, we have the proprietary flavor purity index. We run it through an AI system and we ensure that it complies thoroughly with our norms. It is devoid of all of these ingredients. Next, if the vendor, the brand is making any claims, whether they are organic, then what we do is we make sure we get their certifications, we verify those certifications. We also ensure that whenever those certifications expire, they are renewed on time and the updated certifications are submitted with us. We also conduct a lot of random tests. So before onboarding, we do conduct tests, but even throughout, what we do is order randomly from different brands which are listed on our platform throughout the year. We send those products for independent lab testing. We make sure that from time to time we're able to get that anonymous scientific reporting. So when we order for them, it does not come from Flavor. One of our employees or our friends or somebody can order as a normal customer would, so that we can judge what the actual consumer is getting. So essentially, through use of AI and technology, through the use of the government mandated certifications for all claims, through the FSSAI guidelines, and through our own conscience as being the final test, we make sure that every product listed is something which is healthy, nutritious, wholesome, and natural. So we have a brand promise that's front and center on our website as well, and it governs how we operate. Essentially, we will not sell anything which is not fit enough, pure enough to serve to our own families. So we feature brands in 20 plus categories on our platform. We have options like raw honey, healthy snacks, coffee, tea, so on and so forth. And we, because the brands are from all over India and we are able to deliver across India, there are no geographical restrictions. Anybody anywhere in the country can log on to flvr.in and essentially select the products they would like to try, order them, and they would get delivered straight from the brands themselves. So we are actually connecting the brands, the consumers, making sure that discovery is easier, and every product is available to be shipped nationwide. Like I mentioned, the consumer demand is there. Post-COVID, the awareness has increased tremendously, and a lot of new brands have come up, and these are all smaller niche brands. Uh, so they have been nimble enough to quickly respond to the market demand, provide the kind of products that consumers are looking for. And as a result of that, even the larger brands have come into the healthy eating space. The mass market consumer products companies have also moved into that same space. Difference being some of them are doing it with the right intentions, some of them are doing it as a way of whitewashing. So a lot of big fancy claims and a lot of fun. So consumers today are aware that the less ingredients a product has, the most likely it is. If you look at whatever we cook at home today, there are usually not more than 5, 10 ingredients in any home cooked food. And these include all different types of spices also, which we have. Now, why is it that packaged food will have a long list of ingredients, most of them scientific chemical names which we don't even understand as consumers. So a lot of consumer-led response is coming from the industry where they are trying to clean up the labels as well, providing the ingredients list in a more easy to understand manner. The government and the FSSAI norms are also encouraging them to be more transparent. And as customers demand purer and purer food, some of them are responding by obfuscating those claims. Some of them are genuinely introducing lines which are for that niche. So I think we are in a state where right now there's a lot of changes coming about. Awareness is increasing, brands are responding, and consumers are trying out new and new products. And gradually, in the next 3 to 5 years, I see there will be a lot of consolidation in the industry, and there will be a movement where even the mass market products will have no choice but to move to a healthier formulation.